Lucid Motors is going to have a stock very soon. I've covered in 2 other videos of mine the positives of it, what my price prediction is for the very short term, and why I believe in the long term it can be a very big success, even competing with the likes of Tesla in this market. So make sure you check them out before you continue watching this video so you understand my position on Lucid before you watch this video completely, because I will go into some of the risks and obstacles that Lucid has to face and overcome in order to actually become successful, because we've seen a lot of hype in Hyliion, in Nikola, in QuantumScape, for example, where they've gone up 5, 6, 7 times and then came right back down because a lot of hype went into them. People were pumping them, and then the reality kicks in. Hey, what about this? What about that? How are you going to solve that? What's your production looking like? What's your timeline? What are your goals? You know, all those things start coming into play, and that's when investors start getting weak hands. They want to realize profits, and that's just the nature of the stock market. It does not go up in a straight line. It goes up, down, down, up, down, down. Like, you just don't know where it's going to go. So I do believe that with the hype, and once the merger is announced and finalized, that this can hit $100 very easily, but it will crash back down eventually because of the following reasons. So before you watch, make sure you leave a like if you agree with them. If you do not, let me know why. Leave a comment down below and let me know why do you not agree with this video. We're gonna dive deeper into 6 risks that Lucid Motors has to overcome to become successful. So make sure you watch to the very end, and let's just jump into it. So the first one is in terms of CCIV. It has a huge risk of, if Lucid does not merge with it, then this will go from $35 all the way back down to $10, $15. So that is risk number 1 if you're invested in CCIV that you need to keep in the back of your mind. What if Lucid does not go with us, you know? So you're going to take a big L on that. That's just something to realize. But the fact that Lucid Motors CEO has not said no to the merger with CCIV is a very good sign, because I personally believe that if you're not going to merge with someone, you just go ahead and say no. But if there is serious talks going on, that's when you have all those things that prohibit you, like NDA and MOU, that you cannot speak about certain things. So that's what I think is going on here. So I give this risk probability a very low chance. I do believe personally that CCIV is going to merge with them. That's why I'm invested in them. The second major risk is the timeline for the production. So they're saying that by the end of the year, they want to produce about 7,000-8,000 cars. Right now, their factory is almost ready, 100%. It's ready to go in Arizona. The question is, how are they going to produce them now? How are they going to scale? Because from my understanding, they've only been able to produce a couple hundred max, and it's been very slow up until this point because they've had a lot of delays in the past. They got $1 billion and they still could not make it through, and they delayed it from 2017 to 2018, now all the way to 2021, and the CEO is saying that it's a 4-year plan, so it's going to go into mid-2020s. So production timeline is definitely going to be a big focal point of this. I believe that CNBC, Fox Business, all those channels are going to focus on this and start asking questions. Okay, where are your cars? You know, you have such a big valuation. Where are your cars? This is going to come up eventually, and that's why it's risk number 2. Risk number 3 for Lucid Motors is the full self-driving feature. The reason why Tesla is so successful, for example, is that the FSD, the full self-driving capability of a car, because not only do you need it to be electric, you need it to be autonomous. So if it's not fully autonomous and not fully electric, then Lucid cannot be able to compete with the likes of Tesla in the long term. So this is something they need to focus on internally as an organization, develop and hire the best engineers out there for this and make it happen. They need to make this happen, and this is going to be also another risk for them, because if they cannot, then eventually their company will be almost worthless, because if they cannot achieve any type of autonomous capabilities in their cars, in the long term they will not be able to compete with the likes of Tesla, and it's just as simple as that. That's why this is risk number 3. The fourth major risk to Lucid Motors is international expansion, but this is not as big as a risk as the others, in my opinion, because so far they've done extremely well partnering up with Saudi Arabia and expanding in Europe already, having reservations opening up. So this is a very good sign, and I just want to throw it in there just so you also keep in the back of your mind. For example, Tesla is opening up in China, and that's why they're getting more and more valuable each and every day, because the Chinese want them, basically. And if Lucid can also expand internationally and do the exact same thing that Tesla is doing, this company will do great. But if not, then eventually, if it's just American, you won't be able to compete with the likes of Tesla. And I keep referring to Tesla because they are the standard in this. You need to be able to compete with them. So far, Nikola and all the other companies that I mentioned have not been able to prove that they can be a good alternative for the average everyday consumer. And if Lucid wants to be that, they need to have these things in the back of their mind. That's why this is risk number 4. The fifth risk, and this kind of goes hand in hand with risk number 4, is lowering the cost. So the lowest car they have right now is selling for $69,000. And that means that it's about double the price of a Tesla Model 3. So if you're a college student, or if you're just someone who's starting out your life, which one are you going to go for? You know, obviously the Tesla is a more practical solution, unless you're rich, unless you made a ton of money from Tesla last year and you want to put it and buy a Lucid now, or unless you're a millionaire, you never know. But anyways, for the average person, they're going to look at a Tesla to be more practical in that sense, in the price sense. So Lucid just has to keep that in the back of their mind, and every single year produce cheaper and cheaper cars, lower them by 5, 10,000, keep going, and eventually by 2024, you'll probably be exactly where Tesla is at in terms of price points. Price points are extremely important for cars. That's why this is the fifth risk. And the last risk for the long-term investor is the fact that they will probably come out with secondary offerings and want to raise more capital, especially if the stock hits over $100. You know, if you're the company, you would be insane not to take advantage of that and raise more capital by issuing new shares. And this is something that we have to keep in the back of our mind, that if it does actually go ahead and merge with CCIV, and the media loves it, that Robin Hooders and the Wall Street bettors and all of them jump into this, that Lucid, from their perspective, obviously they want to make money too. So they'll go ahead and issue new shares. We've seen it with Virgin Galactic. We've seen it with Nikola. We've seen it with so many different companies, SPACs that came out in 2020. And we'll probably see the same thing happen in 2021. Keep that in the back of your mind. What do you think are the major risks for Lucid? Do you think I covered them all? If I missed any, also let me know in the comment section down below. And if you don't agree with it, also let me know in the comment section down below. But if you learned anything from this, make sure you leave a like. I do appreciate it. The algorithm appreciates it too. So thank you all for your support. And until next time, Mr. Mufleh out.